Denisovans, one of the most mysterious branches of the human family tree, have long eluded scientists and the public alike. For decades, our understanding of human evolution was mostly focused on Neanderthals and modern Homo sapiens, leaving Denisovans as little more than a genetic footnote, discovered in a remote Siberian cave in 2010. Yet recent breakthroughs in ancient DNA analysis are finally painting a vivid picture of who these people were and how they lived. Researchers extracted DNA from tiny fragments of bone and teeth found in the Denisova cave and compared it with genomes from both Neanderthals and modern humans. The results are astonishing. Denisovans were not a uniform group, but a diverse population spread across Asia, with subtle variations that suggest different adaptations to local environments. Their DNA carries unique genetic markers that have been found in some modern human populations, particularly in Melanesians, Aboriginal Australians, and even South Asian groups, indicating ancient interbreeding events that contributed to traits like immune response and high-altitude adaptation. Beyond genetics, the emerging portrait of Denisovans is reshaping our understanding of human prehistory. Cranial reconstruction based on fossil fragments and advanced 3D modeling suggests they may have had robust facial features, with strong jaws and broad noses, likely adapted to the cold climates of Siberia. These reconstructions challenge old assumptions that only Neanderthals were physically robust and suggest a parallel evolution of traits among different archaic humans. Archaeological evidence from Denisova Cave further complements this picture. Stone tools and personal ornaments found alongside the bones indicate a culture capable of sophisticated craftsmanship, including finely made blades and pendants carved from bone and stone. Some of these artifacts are technologically comparable to those created by contemporary Neanderthals, hinting that Denisovans were not just passive inhabitants of the ancient world, but active participants in a complex prehistoric ecosystem. Fascinatingly, traces of Denisovan DNA and modern humans are linked to high-altitude adaptations, such as those seen in Tibetan populations. A specific gene variant inherited from Denisovans appears to help regulate oxygen intake in thin air, showing that their legacy extends far beyond the cave where they were discovered. Moreover, their DNA holds clues about immune system resilience, skin pigmentation, and even metabolism, providing a genetic window into the evolutionary pressures they faced. Despite these advances, many mysteries remain. Only a handful of fossil fragments have been conclusively identified as Denisovan, leaving large gaps in the fossil record. Scientists are cautiously optimistic that new finds across Asia may fill these blanks, potentially revealing regional differences in Denisovan populations and shedding light on their migration patterns. Some experts argue that Denisovans may have been more widespread than previously thought, possibly reaching as far as Southeast Asia, while others emphasize the need for more concrete evidence before making sweeping claims. The story of Denisovans also offers a humbling perspective on human ancestry. It reminds us that the genetic and cultural history of our species is far more intertwined than a simple linear progression from primitive to modern. Ancient humans interacted, exchanged genes, and even coexisted in ways that challenge the traditional narrative of human evolution as a strict hierarchy. Modern genomics allows us to trace these connections with unprecedented precision, turning fragments of bone into detailed maps of ancient life. As more Denisovan DNA is sequenced, we can expect new insights into how they influenced modern human physiology and even behavior. For instance, some studies suggest that Denisovan variants may impact neurological development, although these findings remain speculative and require further validation. What is undeniable, however, is that the discovery of Denisovans underscores the complexity of our evolutionary history and the hidden diversity that existed alongside Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens. It also demonstrates the power of modern science to illuminate the past in ways our ancestors could never have imagined. From a tiny bone fragment to a reconstructed face, each piece of evidence brings us closer to understanding the lives, adaptations, and enduring legacy of Denisovans. And that's something worth remembering when you next reflect on what it truly means to be human, bridging millennia of evolutionary history with the present moment.